What's going on, guys? My name's Victor, and today I just want to cover the 5 things that I learned this year running my own video business. For those of you that don't know, at the beginning of this year, I worked full-time in a warehouse. I was really only doing video, photo stuff as a side hustle. I was trying to work my way into making it my business. Come the new year, I took the leap and I stepped down from full-time to part-time at my job. And then by April of 2019, I took the biggest leap of all and quit my job altogether. And I've done a full year of business now because I started my official business last December 2018. These are huge steps and they're very scary to make. And if you are like me, you could be working that day job that you really want to get out of. You feel like you're onto something. You've got the passion, you've got the hard work, the work ethic, and you're ready to make the leap. Well, I'm hoping that from this video you can benefit from the 5 things that I learned and maybe not make these mistakes yourself and be better off because you know them. After you get your business license and you go through that entire headache, now you don't feel like even handling anything business related. You just want to create. I know that feeling because I just want to create and I do not want to worry about the business aspect of things. I just want to get paid for doing what I love and I don't want to handle all that other stuff. But that's the problem, is that unless you can hire a bookkeeper and assistants, you're gonna have to handle it yourself. And that was one thing that I learned. Being on top of the bookkeeping is so important because I didn't do that this year. I wasn't on top of it. I was very unorganized. 3 or 4 times this year, I've had to go back and rewrite everything that I have spent, my mileage, all this stuff, because I'm just writing them in random places, or I stop recording that stuff for like 4 months, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, dang, I got to get down to business and figure this all out, because come this new year and when I get my W-2 from my last job, I'm going to go to a CPA and get this stuff handled. And it's going to cost a lot more money to get your taxes figured out if you are not on top of your stuff, because it's going to take a CPA a long time to go through unorganized stuff. So my advice is get this app that everyone who has a small business talks about, and that is QuickBooks. I just downloaded it a couple days ago. I've been recording my stuff. I'm ready to stay on top of it that way. Basically, it costs a certain amount every month. They do a deal for like your first 3 months where it's like $7.50 a month, and then it goes up to 20 something. It's kind of pricey, but honestly, you can just write that off as a business expense, and all that stuff might sound foreign to you because it did for me, and it still does. It's still super confusing. That stuff will honestly probably save you money and a lot of headaches down the road. The second thing that I learned this year was pretty shocking, and that is some major businesses run their businesses poorly. What I mean by that is that you as the videographer or photographer for them are almost no priority. They hired you for your services and then they don't pay you, and you have to keep getting on them and on them and on them until they finally pay you. And it's just a never-ending cycle like that. It's very frustrating, and it blows my mind that a major company can even operate that way. I did 3 months worth of work for this company and it took them 5 months to pay me. It even got to the point where I had to threaten legal action against them because they just kept putting me on the back burner. And now in a big business, there are a lot more moving parts. There are a lot more people who have their hands in different things. So there's a lot of hoops that have to be jumped through. But on the bright side, not everyone is like that. Though you will find it all the way from the small business to the big business that some people just do not make you a priority. I have worked with some other big businesses this year that did pay me right on time, and they were great with communication, and they actually seemed to care about the work that you were creating, and that is good. But unfortunately, that is just not always the case. So if you can, make sure that they are signing your video agreement. Some businesses won't agree to your video agreement and they might have their own, and so that is when you have to decide what you are willing to get yourself into. At all costs, try and protect yourself and try and stick to your ground and get what is yours if you put in the work for them. And that leads us into the third thing that I learned, which is your video agreement that you will have your client sign will probably continue to grow, because you will start to learn how certain people will try and take advantage of you, or learn that in your video agreement, you are only protecting yourself, but you also need to reassure the client that if they are not getting what they ordered, if you are not on time to a certain deadline, that you have got some skin in the game and you are willing to pay for that in certain ways by taking a pay cut or offering a free shoot, just something to show the client that you are holding yourself accountable to the agreement that you are making with them. Now, the fourth thing that I learned is that you should always be reaching out on social media. I could be better at this, but I am living proof that if you reach out on social media, though you may get a bunch of red messages that are never responded to, though you may get a bunch of no's, eventually you'll start to get some yeses and people will start to work with you. And you can even throw out some Hail Mary messages to companies that you want to work for that you think, yeah, they might not respond. But I got one of those this year. I reached out to a company called Fat Grips. I was like, this would be awesome. I would love to make a video for you guys, maybe do a photo shoot. And we agreed on doing a video with my friend Jake, and we got free Fat Grips, we got paid. It was all around a win. And you know, that would have never happened if I didn't reach out to them personally on Instagram and show them my work. When you do this, you need to provide your reel or your website, something for them to see. Don't just say, hey, look on my profile, because you know, maybe they're not gonna do that. Maybe they think that's unprofessional. You could throw in there like, hey, some of my other work is here on my profile, and then here's some on my website or my reel. So make sure you have a reel to show people just in case they wanna see your work, because odds are they don't know who you are and they want to make sure that you can deliver visually for them. This last year, I made probably just under $10,000 just from reaching out to people on Instagram and working with them, making them aware of who I am and what I can do to benefit them or their business. In fact, me just talking about it now, I'm starting to think how I should probably message some more people, because you know, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to let people know that you exist and show them what you can do. All right, the fifth and final thing that I learned this year, and this could quite possibly be one of the most important things that I learned. It's something that should be important to everyone, and that is doing passion projects. So why do I say you should always be doing passion projects? Well, they are honestly a great investment in yourself. Not only will you avoid burning out in this field, but you will probably grow in your skills and knowledge when you are pushing the boundaries of what you like to do, what you want to do. It gives you more content to post, art to show people, and then it also is a great investment in yourself because, like I said, the knowledge, but then also when you have full creative control over a project and something that you are very passionate about, it shows in your work and people get to see that. And I have had people inquire or hire me because they saw something that I just did for fun. They saw a photo that I took in Hawaii, or they saw this video and they're like, wow, your edit's really going off. Oh my gosh, like this is awesome, you know? And people will start to see that. They start to see how fired up you are. They start to see your growth. If you're only posting client work and that client work isn't allowing you to creatively flourish, then probably only going to get those people being able to create stuff that people can resonate with. They might end up sharing it. You start getting exposure in other areas that you might not have. You just never know what piece of work you're gonna put out there and someone is just going to resonate with it and they're going to hire you or want to work with you or provide you more opportunities because they saw, oh, you can do this, or oh, I loved your eye for this shot. There's so many different ways that these passion projects can help you, but you can't always see them right there. And sometimes you just see it as free work, but you're doing it for yourself, so it's an investment in yourself. Video competitions can also sometimes count as a passion project because you are creating something without any promise of making anything in return. You don't know you're gonna win. You don't know you're gonna make money. You don't know that anyone is going to care. You might get crushed by the entire competition. You don't know. But that's the thing. I entered plenty of competitions this year and I've only won second in one of them. And that one that won second place, you know, I was timid of starting it because I knew that that entire Black with No Cream community is pretty good. They're great at making videos. I took the leap, I went for it, and I took second place, and I got like $400 worth of coffee stuff from Dutch Bros. My videos on their profile. Now they know of me. If they ever want to hire me or are looking for a videographer, they know, oh yeah, that guy who made the Area 51 coffee video, that was me. Who knows, it could flourish into business, and I know that some of the people who did place lower than first did get hired for certain jobs. So you just never know what can happen. I just see it as never squandering an opportunity that presents itself. If you have a chance to wow people who may not have seen your other work otherwise, then why don't you take it? Even if you are busy, try and find a way to fit it in. And the last thing about passion projects is you will flourish with content creation. You're not gonna get better if you aren't going out there and practicing your craft, whether it's photo or video, it doesn't matter. You need to be putting in the work. You need to be trying new things and pushing the boundaries. And when you're doing something for free, if you try something new and it didn't work out, great. No one paid you to do that. You don't have to feel bad after that. You just adapt and you try something else. All right guys, those are the 5 things that I learned this year running my video business. If you liked this video, leave a like, comment what you thought about the things I learned, and if maybe they have helped you see something differently. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.